Thanks for staying with us. So today is Valentine's Day, but Nigerians are really complaining about the poor power supply to celebrate Valentine's. Their concern is that the current Minister of Power seems to be clueless on what to do, on how to ensure that especially Valentine's Day is not celebrated in darkness. They're complaining that the minister, Mr. Bayo Adelabu, is yet to come out to tell us exactly what the problem is, because Nigerians are not having electricity today at all to celebrate Valentine's. First of all, it was bad enough that they watched the match in darkness. It was difficult for them to watch the match on Sunday. Some people have to go and start going to people's houses to watch the match, you know. But now is a day for love, a day for heat, a day for, you know, the weather is not even funny at all. And yet, the minister is mum concerning the power supply. What are your thoughts? How are you celebrating Valentine in this darkness? You can call us on 081 076 1679 090241 63440. You can also tweet to us at TVC Entertainment _. We'd love to hear how Valentine is treating you today, especially. Nima, the darkness, right? The electricity is bad.
It's been, since 2021 September, it's been from bad to worse. The ration for us now. And inside the ration, we'll now flash light for 10 seconds. The pumping machine will pick up, and I'm about to get up to switch from inverters.
It goes again.
And then, wow, why now? And they will go, the heat now for the past weeks is just not working. I have enjoyed 18 hours of power where I live. So I know it's possible. And when they opened one substation in India, it was supposed to decongest. But they say that now we are the most populated area under the discos and under satellite town, that we are more populated. And I'm wondering, then do something about it. Is it like it's beyond doing something about it? The disco seems to have money issues, you know, because I am on top of my disco. I go to the district office, I do my research, I find out why we don't have light. You know, if it's spoiled, I would be the one to tell my neighbors. If it's being fixed, I will tell them.
You were their mouthpiece.
I do my research. So I know when I'm saying that, why do we not have light? You know, they will now say they have lower allocation from the TCN, and so they are managing to distribute it. All of those untidy issues goes back to whoever is at the top. Which is why I'm saying this minister, I'm not feeling him. How this thing used to work, because when BRF was Minister for Power, that was when they stopped estimated bills. So people started protesting to discos that, well, on estimated bills, meter I will not pay, you know? And then metering started, the compulsory metering method started. This minister has not followed up on those things. Why are the contractors that are supposed to give out meters having issues of increment? And somebody cannot say, okay, come, let's do a deal. Let's see what we can subsidize. Let's see how we can meet you halfway.
We've had a few reports from their office, but I'd like to even give them that benefit of the doubt to get to
I took the story, yeah. The report is on generation, it's not on
we have given benefit of doubt. The minister, I've called out the minister right from when he became minister, that he's one of the ministers that his job is going to affect many businesses. Like, he's in the eye of the people, and he's one of the ministers that is not functioning in an area where he's specialized. So himself, the minister Festus Kiamu, these are people that they are not in their field. If you fail, is in our faces. There's some ministries that what they are doing, you might not see it, but your own. And you got into a ministry that needs a lot of work. You need to be on top of it everywhere.
Yes, sir.
Everywhere. You are going from one station to the next station, with the discos, you are wearing, you are the one that should be wearing shorts and t-shirts with face and boots, and going and saying that I heard this place was vandalized, because the excuse is, oh, they are vandalizing, generation has dropped, all of that. We should be seeing you, because of the fact that Nigerians are suffering on many fronts. Power shouldn't be our problem, honestly. And it seemed like it has gotten worse under your custody. And like the metrics will show it, we've been having power outage, shutting down, going to zero, going to a whole country.
Too frequently.
Going to zero over and over again. It does not look good. So I'm going to call the president, because our president is very responsive, that he should do some shake-up. It's time to do shake-up now.
Yes,
we've already done they've done 6 months. If it's 6 months, you cannot. What are you showing for it? Let everybody come and submit their KPI.
You know, it's interesting how our reporter that we recorded, that we spoke to last week, he went to Ivory Coast. And before the first thing he said,
there is no outage.
uninterrupted electricity. That was what he was saying. He was so excited delighted that in a country where there's that we have electricity.
That's what happens if you go to even other African countries. You see that their power is quite stable, and for anything or any time there would likely be an outage, they will start announcing early on. It happened while I was in Ghana. They were announcing, we're going to take the power for so and so, we need to fix this and fix that. And they will give you the number of hours the power will be out. And by the time the power gets back, you have the details. So people are prepared. And these countries are not as big as we are. So we have a problem of population too. And that's also because we do not plan very well. But to me, in this matter, it now seems like the universe is conspiring against us because the heat, or more. The heat is I think there's something happening.
Global warming.
Global warming. This is more than the harmattan that we are used to. This is like a heat wave issue, and now there's no light on top of it. People who are even surviving are those who manage to have solar. So I know that the electricity issues, when we talk about the distribution, generation, and all of that, should be handled on one hand, but can we explore other options? We have intense heat in this country. What are we doing with it? Let's look at solar. Governments can come in there. So we're not just waiting on, we're too large to be waiting on only one option when we have other options. Can this minister think, open your brain and think about the different options so that when you're presenting your case and you are working towards it, you have other things to hold on to. Nigerians will see that you're working. You need to work for us. The people are really, really suffering. Not to talk about businesses. Now, we don't put on generator in my office. Even customer that comes, fan them as you're selling, be fanning. This is our light. Because I can't be running generator. How much am I generating from the business? So it's a lot on all fronts. A lot of people are not able to cook in bulk. We know how things are very expensive right now. And so you have to buy small because there's no power to even refrigerate what you have made. So it's affecting us on all fronts, and this matter needs to be taken seriously. I like the fact that you called out the president. The president seems to listen to the plight of the people. So let him know that this matter now, we're going to be tying wrapper on the streets very soon. And he needs to call the minister of power to order.
So there was a protest in Rivers State where women came out to say that the heat
we cannot do.
have allowed, have discouraged their husbands from other room businesses. And they were doing like this at the protest. And all sorts of, dramatics to show that the situation was tough. This minister for power seemed to be just getting abreast of his ministry because Toko just dropped that. He's not, it is a round peg, square old situation. So
we've been told several times that
I don't think that's the excuse.
Successful ministers in the past.
It's
not about that. Let's not make it look at that. That's
okay. So truly,
it's not a function of that.
The former, BRF too was a lawyer.
Yes, exactly.
But
so
he seems to be very.
That's what I'm saying. So the administrative roles that anybody can do, as long as he needs to show competence in that administration.
So number one thing will be what is the consumer feedback. That would be because if you want to address this cause from a corporate business, corporate angle, you might not really get they are serving a customer base. Go from consumer and ask us. Go without plan. Check, and if they put on Jen in your office too, you know that then the discos are not doing enough. And it's not even a disco issue. He went to the new plants. He went to 4 plants. I took that story on papers. Our 4 plants in the country that he said they're generating, and he's seeing the power generation. So his concern should be the existing problem before the last administration handed over to this one. The discos and the TCN and distribution issue was the main thing. We brought Motumba here, and everybody will say the generation is of optimum. The transmission is an issue. So why is he not on top of transmission?
Communication
yes.
with us.
And these contractors with the prepaid meter issue, because a lot of people have decided to get prepaid meter no matter what. Because the estimated bills can bury somebody alive. And you come in, that problem persists for 8 months. No, now. So what are the
it didn't persist, though. It got worse. It got worse. And the cost of solar now... I drove from
a battery now
because we're buying it in singles.
I drove from LA all the way. I drove from LA all the way to Las Vegas. I drove 1 hour, top speed, like 70 miles per hour. Do 75 small. But I respected myself. It was not my country, so I kept to
before they hold you.
And all through 1 hour, it looked like it was water because if it was a desert, everything was solar. 1 hour top speed. California is powered largely by solar. It was a drive. Then after, you now enter the wind. Massive windmill.
Yeah.
So we can actually
So,
do
Topper,
it.
it now takes me to the responsibility of the subnationals. The governors, the states have been empowered.
It has nothing to do with
They've all been empowered individually. Every state now has been given the power. They've reviewed it. So where you can now begin to generate power. So governors need to think about
I'm going to get my power because I have desert.
So it's not about the president or the minister anymore. The minister, yes, is responsible, but each state must start getting creative. How do I generate power within my state? So as I'm holding Adelabu, we're also holding the governors. Because right now, all of them must get creative.
Governors are responsible for their
they're
state.
responsible.
Because, governors, we always abuse them that they don't know how to create internally generated revenue. And we're looking at them. But I expect Akwa Ibom now, under this new governor, because the previous governor was already discussing that they want to start to generate because they have a large deposit of gas and they cannot continue to just
play it.
The previous administrations had gone into talks. And that's why it's supposed to be a continuum. You're supposed to come into office and check the existing books and say, okay, this is where I can shine. Not that you come and say, no, destroy, I want to build legacy. And you're wasting our time. We don't need that. But I would love to see the minister visit an Akwa Ibom, for instance, and say, okay, how and what do you need? We have the expertise to help you achieve this. Go to Borno, they have, Sokoto, for instance, they have someone that can dry
As in,
2 hours.
and fry egg outside.
Even the governors can partner with each other, have regional supplies.
Yes.
Lagos, the Southwest can come together.
So
what can we do to generate power from
your
Southwest?
federal, national powers? What it does is that you create collaboration with these subnationals.
FDIs.
It's Valentine, and people are hot.
The heat is too
And
much.
the heat is
The result of 9 months might not show.
So, the 9 months result will not show because the heat, unless you have money to go to hotel. If you want to go to your house, you're
Use fan, use fan.
Fan is not hurrying.
No, hand fan as you're walking, use hand fan.
But in the other room is difficult.
The minister needs to have a vision for the power situation of the country. And if the governors are not up to par yet in having these conversations, you call a meeting and say, this is the vision for the country. You have to draw up a plan on how you want to bring power to your state and meet me. So you also will be held responsible. What are you doing with the people who are supposed to be under you? And the governors also will be held responsible. What are you planning for the state? So everybody takes their own chunk of responsibility. We must spread it. We need
have to
power.
go on a short break. When we come back, I'd like to open our phone lines. Let's let Nigerians call in to let us know how power is in your state, especially today that you're supposed to be in the other room. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Thanks for staying with us. We're going to open our phone lines. I'd like to hear from Nigerians how they are celebrating Valentine's with this heat and no electricity. Call us on 081-764-1679-09024-163440. Please tweet to us at TVC Entertainment _. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Any comments yet on social media?
So I didn't take social media yet. I'm just so appreciative of the fact that it's a woman that heads, like their prefect. The president appointed Adiza Bala Usman to be the one to check the performances of each minister. And I'm hoping that she's watching and know how to be a detailed person. I'm hoping that she's on this ministry itself. Paperwork, everything, progress reports as it's going, so that we will know what will be recommended.
So we're also calling out Hadiza Bala Usman to give Adelabu a query and he's yet to work and report it to the Mr. President.
Bayo Adelabu, Honorable.
We need power to
improve. Honorable Minister Bayo Adelabu.
We have to improve.
The president, our president, please, KPI, let's check what is going on in the power sector.
I will do that.
Let me take this call. Good morning. Thanks for calling. You're live.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, this is Prince Balogun.
Prince Balogun, welcome to the show.
Yes. My sister, Aggrieved Nigerians, and my other sister, Beatrice, my Ajia, Nima Saramale. Yeah, thank you. See, I'm happy I got two new people this morning. See, it's better you people change the language of expression to these people. It's Emerson grammar tired. They are not ready to do anything. One, nothing. We struggle with those people to vote for them right from the early time. Look at the millions of dollars. These people are sacrificing our money. Using it for themselves. The bankers, they are all old. All of you are travelers. You travel time to time. Most of you school in abroad. Is there anywhere in abroad that you have been to that you see the governor or governor of a state building mansion, lavishing money, and as of them they are not doing anything.
Thank you very much, Prince Balogun.
So there are a group of people that feel like the way the caller just expressed that the government isn't willing to work. I differ. I believe that the government is willing to work because we've engaged a few of them. But I feel like sometimes even the minister will feel like his hand is tied, and it's surprising. You will talk to senator, the senator is lamenting. You will talk to House of Rep, he's lamenting.
They're all lamenting. Look at
the governor, oh, you don't know how our hands are tied. Please, whose hand is untied in this government? So the minister too will be probably saying that the governors are not cooperating, the discos are doing this. Excuses will not solve this problem. And somebody must sit up and say, I'm not going to take any excuse. I need to deliver. And that is one of the things I would like our Minister for Power to say, because we've called you out. I've called you out right from the day you got this appointment. You can go back and play it. Because I just felt that there's a lot is expected of some particular ministries and they must show up. So no excuses. No excuses. You cannot blame anybody.
Wait. You took a story earlier today that even NERC is saying that they are complaining to the discos. So it's one thing for the minister to say, okay, these are the rules, because he's supervising over NERC, and these are the ones that are policy makers. He can't be the one to come and turn on or give you light in your house. NERC is complaining that even you, the discos, you're not adhering to the rules. So there's only so much the minister can do, because it's also part of we the people. Listen, it's also part of the we the people, because Nigerians who is in charge of disco, you must ensure that, number one, I am not double billing you. Am I doing the right thing? So I am the one feeling it. But there could also be levels where the minister has done his job of putting the policy in place, because he can't come and turn on the light.
Everything rises and fall on leadership.
So
everything rises.
So if the discourse
you can stand out like with Nwambali. You can have a team that is having issues and you will stand out because of your own excellence. You can be in a place where everybody is trying to sabotage you and yet you will stand out. So I'm expecting that we should start having our ministers come out and stand out like, I want to be the light inside this. Actually, Honorable, we need you to be the light, because Nigeria is the darkness. Like, I want to be the light in the midst of all of these challenges, and I will call out everybody. The disco is not working, I will call you out. The discos that are disappointing, the discos that are not paying, I will call out those discos, and we will now take you to court. Because NEC, you read NEC is complaining that the discos are not complying. The discos will complain, transmission is not giving us power. Transmission will complain, everybody is complaining. As long as we're complaining, we will not solve the problem.
No, NEC is not complaining. So NEC is a regulatory body and they're doing their work. I took the story, that's why I quickly found the story on last week Friday, where NEC said they had a stipulated standard for Nigerian electricity supply industry, on which they measure the performances of discos. And they reminded them that they will only be getting 50% of their operation expenditure based on their performances. All these discos. Where I will have problem with NEC is if I find out that the discos that I know got their full payment. That's where I have problem. But NEC, all the executives are speaking. The head of NEC is speaking. They are calling out. They are doing their regulatory work, and they are listening to us here. Nigerians should also, because NEC is in charge of our rights as consumers, be writing to that regulatory body. Let there be bouncing envelopes of reports before NEC. Yes, complaints. Of how bad the complaints are. Most of them are on the prepaid meters. So what I would love to see is that NEC is talking that they had a meeting with minister, but I have not seen.
Transmission is complaining.
Yes.
Gencos are also complaining.
They're not getting paid. They don't pay them.
It's multifaceted. So now goes back to whose hand, who do we hold?
Who is tying the hand? So let me tell you.
I'll come to you, Nima. You're busy in a second. Let me take this call. Emmanuel, thanks for calling. You're live.
Okay. Like I said, I'm calling from Mori.
Yes.
Delta State. The situation we are having is very bad. To the extent that in a week, we can only have light for at least 10 minutes. Here in Warri, it's terrible. 10 minutes in the whole of Warri, like 10 minutes, is bad.
So you are prepared meter, Sha?
We paid for prepared meter, they didn't give us.
So they will make profit.
We paid for prepared meter, they didn't give us. We don't have light, nothing is working. I don't know if they want us to protest again. I don't know what's happening.
Hey. No.
Okay. Thank you. I'm trying to see, I have a few comments here, but
Yeah, can I?
go ahead, basically.
Yes. So, things will not change if we keep being who we are and expecting a different result. We're not an objective people. Nobody would call out anybody because you are thinking of the future. What if I now spoil business for this person and tomorrow I need their help, they are not able to give me? And so we see the people that are doing things wrong, which will not allow, we don't allow in a private business. If it's this minister's business right now, it's not this one that hands are tied. Hands are not tied anything, head to roll. So if you have a KPI to deliver something, the discos that are not working, there are a lot of people who want to come into business. These people are disappointing you. You find another person. People align. But when it comes to government business, we take it as is no man's land. Let me not block another person from chopping now. Maybe I'm chopping my own. That's where the problem is. And that's why when you talk to from the legislators to the senators to the lawmakers to the executive, everybody's hands are tied because they know the people whose heads need to roll for them to get what they want. But because of what they may benefit or lose from taking that action, they don't.
What if federal government is not owing them money? So let's go to the gen, because it might not be, yes, that might be, that's a point. There's situations like that. Yeah, but there are others whereby they're owing money. Federal government hasn't paid us money.
Yes.
They need dollars. They're having, it's a cycle.
Exactly.
You can't get dollars to pay
Why is the federal government not able to pay the money?
There's no dollar.
There's dollar for Esther code.
Just give you an example.
There's dollar for trips.
There's dollar for trips.
Dollar for other things that we do not take as priority. So why is the government not, my sister, why is the government not paying for electricity? And you want your people to have electricity. So that's part of the head rolling. You will know.
We have to run.
Just balance.
Unfortunately,
we also have our gas being fled. And we also have our people stealing the crude oil.
Yes, everybody.
So they're Nigerians.
This point,
the gas pipelines are damaged.
Last year during the gas inflation and cost. And the person, one Laji came on behalf of gas marketers and said, we don't have the infrastructure to take our gas to the needed areas.
Why don't we have it?
Where it's needed.
Yeah, it is the
That's an investment the federal government should be looking towards. But the minister went to the GenCos and came back and said he would advise the federal government to take out subsidy. I'm wondering how that one.
That is all. Unfortunately, we have to stop there. I mean, I know we're leaving this abruptly, but we have to move because we have other segments to handle. But the truth is that today is Valentine's Day. Nigerians are complaining because there is absolutely no electricity almost across the nation, and it's really it's a painful situation. And many Nigerians are asking us to convey that message to the Honorable Minister Adelabu, Mr. Bayo Adelabu. Please help us do what you can to resolve the issues of power. Let's go on a short break now. We'll come back and move on to the next segment. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.